Hi everybody, and welcome back. So this is part 2 of my cross-country Canada road trip. So I got so much feedback on the last video that you really enjoyed it, so I'm so excited to show you the next leg of the journey of that trip. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you more of the dyeing that I did, the dyeing of yarn that I did in the little cottage, the little shed that was attached to where we were staying. And also we visited Vancouver Island, so we saw some beautiful sights there. We spent about 5 days on Vancouver Island, so we saw so many beautiful natural sights and had a blast. And I think the highlight is the whale watching, so you'll see a bit of that as well in this video. So I hope that you really enjoyed it, and if you haven't watched part 1, you can I'll link that video as well. So before I forget, I just wanted to get your feedback as well. On my channel, as you know, I have a yarn dyeing business, so of course I'm going to feature a lot of yarn dyeing on my channel, but there's other things too that I would like to share with you as well. So I do a lot of knitting, I do crochet as well. So if you'd be interested in seeing videos about that, for example, right now I am working on a knit design. So this is the latest project that I've been working on. So when it's done, this will be a shawl. It's a shawl that I'm designing. So I do have a few patterns under my belt, so I am by no means a professional when it comes to pattern design or knitwear design or whatever you want to call it, but I have learned quite a few things. So if you would like for me to do a series of videos on how to, for example, design your own knitwear or what's involved in it, let me know in the comments, because I want to bring content to this channel that you would be interested in seeing or that you would find useful. And I do have quite a bit to share on the subject of knitwear design. I've designed some sweaters, some shawls, and I'm still learning. And but in the process, you know, we can help each other to learn. So again, in the comments, let me know if you would like to see a series of videos talking about knitwear design. So I'm going to stop talking and let you get on with the video, okay? And we'll see you next time. Oh, and don't forget to like and share, comment if you like what you're seeing. Again, it helps my channel to grow and it encourages me to put out more videos. So enjoy. While we were traveling, I debated on whether it was a good idea to keep my online shop open or not, because I thought, well, we're traveling, how am I going to pack and ship orders? I just thought, you know what, I should just put on the website that the store is going to be closed for a couple of weeks, and that would just help keep things simple. But my husband said, you know what, I'm sure people will understand if you just leave it open, give them the option to purchase with the knowledge that they're going to have to wait for their orders. If they don't want to wait, he said they won't put an order in. So I went with his idea, and boy, was I ever glad that I didn't close the shop, because I sold out all of our yarn within about 3 days of when we started our journey. So that has never happened where I've sold all of my yarn out. So that was just amazing. But the problem was, well, now I have no yarn in my shop to get us through the summer. So thankfully, where we were staying, the owners kindly let us use their workshop. We were so grateful to have this space to work in. There was some challenges. There was no running water. It was hot. There was a lot of mosquitoes. But you know what? We were able to work through those challenges and still come out with a beautiful product. And I enjoyed doing it because my husband and I really had to problem solve and work together to figure out how we were going to accomplish dyeing the yarn under circumstances that we weren't used to. And we were able to successfully overcome those challenges and dye some beautiful yarn. You can see me here dyeing the color Rainbow Trout. Rainbow Trout is one of the colors that Caitlin Hunter used in her painted pullover design. This pattern is beautiful and it was a joy to knit. This pattern is such an easy, relaxing project to work on, and the color changes just keep you wanting to do that next row. So I thoroughly enjoyed my test knit for it, and here is my version. We ended up staying in this location in BC for about 2 months. So we spent the summer here, and a good chunk of the time we spent dyeing yarn to replenish my shop because, as I mentioned, most of the yarn sold out. So I'm not going to talk too much about that because I do have a video coming up that's dedicated to showing what a typical day was like dyeing yarn in these circumstances. So I'm sure that you'll enjoy that, and I look forward to having that video ready for you in the near future. While we were at this location, I was also able to work with another wonderful designer, Laura Nelkin. Laura has a club where she will design an exclusive pattern for club members. So she'll use a yarn that she really enjoys working with, and oftentimes she'll ask for a custom color to be made for her that will suit her design. So that was what happened in this case. She sent me reference photos, and I designed a color for her that was going to be exclusive for her pattern. So you can see us here, we are skeins up the yarn that I did, and shortly you'll see the beautiful design that she made with this colorway. And since this color is nature inspired, I found it to be so fitting to be able to work on this with my husband in a beautiful setting outside. It really suited the yarn, and it was such a joy to work on this project. I will probably do a separate video about this collaboration because it was a fairly large project and I have a lot to share about this experience. So you can look for that in the future. I think also that this was the last dye project that we did while we were in this location, and we really needed a well-deserved break after this. So here we are on the road again. We're going to be sightseeing again, and we're off to Vancouver Island. So it's official, we're now on Vancouver Island. What do you think about that, puppy? You happy? Yeah. Yeah, you're looking forward to that. Good. Bouchard Gardens was such an amazing place to visit, and I'm kicking myself now because there was a whole section of these gardens that I missed seeing. I don't know how I missed it, but we ended up running out of time and we just weren't in the area long enough to go back. So I hope that one day we can go back and give these gardens another visit. We were there in the summer, and I'm sure that all throughout the seasons, the flowers, the landscape here will change. Particularly, I think it would be amazing to see this area in the fall. So I don't know if that will ever happen, that we'll be able to visit here again, but what we did experience was amazing. But man, I definitely would come back here. And if you have the opportunity to visit this place, or if you have, please leave a comment and tell me briefly about your experience here, because these gardens are absolutely fabulous. Now, I have a funny little story about this next location. Another thing that I really wanted to see while we were out west was huge trees. I know that sounds weird, but I've heard of these big trees that you can drive through out west, these massive trees, and so I was on a mission to see that. So we did a little bit of a Google search, and we found a location about 2 hours away from where we were staying that we could see really old, huge trees. Anyways, when we got there, they had blockaded the road and they closed the forest. Now, how you close a forest, I don't know, but because of the COVID, they weren't letting anyone hike through the forest. So that was a big disappointment. We drove 2 hours to see this location and couldn't do it. So on our way back to the hotel, I said to my husband, I'm not giving up. We might not see huge trees, but I want to see a rainforest. So we just Googled as we were driving the area, the little town one of the towns that we went through, and we came upon this little gem. And it was beautiful. It's a rainforest. It doesn't have the big massive trees, but we really enjoyed ourselves here. And so we ended up staying in this location. We found a nice hotel a few days so that we could go back and visit this location a few times. And while we were here, we also had another little treat that you'll see in a few moments. So here's another little gem that we found in this little town that we ended up staying in. We were just walking a trail through the forest, and at the end of the trail you go down these steps, or in my case run down these steps because I was so excited, because at the end was the ocean. We did not expect this at all. Like I said, this was just a forest trail, and then when we walked down these steps, we were expecting just to still be, it would take us down another path through the trail. It brought us to the ocean. The only time I've been to the ocean was when my family, when I was young, visited the Caribbean. We went to Jamaica, and I was able to spend maybe 10 minutes at the ocean, and that's it. So that's my only experience. So to be in Canada and to walk this trail and unexpectedly come to the ocean, I was over the moon. So I can't begin to explain just how incredible this was for me. And being from Ontario, I mean, we have lakes and rivers, that's it. I never get to see an ocean. So what a thrill to be able to experience this with my husband and have my puppy run up and down the beach. And we just enjoyed hours and hours here. We were so privileged to enjoy so many awesome and amazing experiences, but we had one more experience that we think topped everything, and that was whale watching. It was hard to film it because, you know, we were on a boat, we were out in the open waters, bouncing up and down, but I still managed to get a few good shots. So enjoy.
The sound that you hear in the background, that bird's a bald guy later. Whoa, headstand there.
Oh.
Those are active orcas. You don't see that really often, guys, so enjoy it.
This was a family of orcas that you were just watching. But at the end of the day, as a surprise, nobody was expecting this, we also got to see a humpback whale. I think there was 2 of them. It was hard to tell, it was dark, but that was another special treat that just ended the day on the perfect note. Thank you again for coming along with us on this incredible journey that we had. I could tell from your comments on the last video that you really enjoyed visiting. I think one commenter said they armchaired traveled, and I really liked that. So I'm so glad that you were able to sit in your armchair and take this journey with us. There was so many wonderful memories. So please, in the comments, let me know what you thought. Let me know if you visited any of the places that we went to. And speaking about videos, I do have more dye tutorials planned in the near future. So if you're interested in seeing those, then stay tuned. In the meantime, stay safe and healthy, and I wish you and your family well, and that during this worldwide crisis that you are doing well, and that I hope that these videos have been able to just take you a little bit outside of the worries and cares that you have. So again, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye.